Bad knee. There.
What year is it then?
Turn of the century. Too much. Top shelf is a hay track to take hay in the barn. Ran in the center of the barn. The next thing is, let me look at this here is a wagon jack that jacked the wagon up to grease them. This is only a road torch. Here is a steam iron. Put gas in this and a fire and heated the water which went in here. First make steam, real modern. Of course these are the old flat irons that everybody knows. These is your meat grinder. This is all shoe working material. This here, one here, is when they made shoes. They wrapped the leather around these, so they had each one was a different number for a different size for the leather shoes. This is your cherry pitter. This is your apple peeler. This is your knife sharpener. And that's an emery stone wheel. This is a post hole digger. That works by putting in the ground and closing it up to dig your dirt out. Cow bell. This here was to make ball for a musket loader gun. That made the little ball. These are your harness punches that made holes into your leather. Forgot to take this out.
Well, I'm not going to go up there.
Want me to run it?
No.
I can run it and not run it that fast.
What did it do?
One horse treadmill
What was it for?
to make power for
Make power?
running all kinds of farm equipment. Of course, this is your cross-cut saw, which is very popular. These here is your hay fork that took the hay up, loose hay in the barn. This is a neck yoke, which they used on the horses to put over the tongue on a wagon to draw the wagon. These are handmade tools for blacksmith forge. This up here is a plug tobacco cutter that they had in the old country stores. Cut off a piece of chewing tobacco, plug tobacco. And this is just some holders that were holes in for tree or to make beams when they used to put barns together and that kind of stuff. And that's your cream, what they call separator. Okay. Crank this. Put the milk in here. This would adjust your flow. Out come your cream and skim milk would come out. Make butter with it. Stalk cutter. They slid the corn stalks through and cut it into shorter lengths so the cattle could eat it, which today would be called ensilage or chopped corn that they put in the salads with more modern machinery. These here is, this knife here we use to stick a hog. You turn the hog up on its back and down in there, and you turn around and cut this jugular vein off so it bled to death. Stick a hog. This is an electric iron. I don't have the adapter for it, but it's an electric iron. This is a garlic shredder. You put the garlic in there and the spring held down and you slid it back and forth. You shred the garlic. This here was to grade eggs. It gives you the size of the egg, whatever the weight of the egg was. Going up and down. This here, different people have different versions of what it was. But they say it's to put grapes into and they're crushing to get the juice out or any other small fruit, I suppose. This here was to shell corn off the cob. You put it on your finger and you rubbed it over the corn cob to take the kernels off. That was a man size. And they had a small in there for a woman, for a kid, and then another size. They all had to do it back in them days. This is a Boy Scout whistle. It says Boy Scouts onto it. Well, just a variety of old planes.
What about the one that hangs out of the wood? That's
This
a good one.
here, back in the old days, they put leather boots on. When they got them wet, the boot wouldn't come off. This went to your foot, shape of your foot. So they call that a boot jack. You stepped onto it with one foot, put your boot in here and pulled it off. Like that. Get it back on. Just a version of an old door lock with a night catch that you pushed in and lock the door and unlock it and can't lock it. This here is a gauge when they mortise beams to do barn building, and then you could set it and chisel out the right depth, and it's all wood. This is a spoke shave, and the wagon wheels and whatnot, they used it this way to, and the knife here, they call it a spoke shave. This is a cabbage chopper, I guess. Back, we used to have a big wooden bowl and put them in. chop it all up with a chopper. This is sheep shears. Put the wool off the sheep. Clock keys and all kinds of keys. This is an old blacksmith drill press. These are old catalogs. This is a 1930 Sears. This is a 1927 Charles William White and wagons. There's your wiffle tree, like I said, was outside. Horse collars, harnesses. This was all material that could be bought back in them days. Plows, cultivators. Here's that separator right there. Yeah. It was $5 down, and I think it sold for about $59 new. That's it. Chicken brooders where they used to raise your own little chickens with a feeder. There's an incubator where they put the eggs in and hatched them. Modern day lawnmower and such. And it's just an old Bible, real old one. Wore out. And an old fiddle. Just my own coins that I've saved over the years, and of course, all kinds of pocket watches, which was from my family. Handed down from years and years. Knives and ruler, fingernail clippers. This, I guess, is a this is tip the end off a cigar instead of biting it off. Machine, which was my mother's, which is pretty old. And up above, you have what they call a cradle, which you cut your wheat with, buckwheat, oats, and then it caught them on the forks, and you laid it back and tied it up in a bundle, and then you took the flail, and you pounded it on the ground to knock the heads off, to run them through a fan mill, which is over there, to blow them out, the chaff. This is butter churn. This here is soapstone, they used to call. They used to put that, wrap it in a blanket and put it in the oven or on top of the stove and got it warm. So when they went in the buggy, they put it under the blanket, under your lap, and kept you warm. Or you went to bed with them when they didn't have heat in the bedrooms. Now this is a treadmill for a dog. He walked down there. Just fully turned. And you run a butter churn, mostly I guess what they use for, to churn the butter rather than stand and crank them. The dog did the work. This is a corn shell. Got your corn in, this ear in there, shell the kernel was off and they fell out the chute from the bottom. Form scale, which you got on, and this would go with different weights, way up to like 400 pounds. Put different weights on here.
Okay.
Side, your grain rake, so they call potato hook, hay fork, a hay knife. That's what they used to cut loose hay in the barn with when it matted up, couldn't get it out. This again is another one of the hay forks that took the loose hay into the mow. It's just a manure fork. These were sickle cutters for cutting corn and whatnot. Wood saw, one man would saw, or two man. This handle put in this hole over here, so two men could work it, or one man could work it. That's a barbed wire stretcher. The wire went in here, this went around your hip, and this went around the fence post, and stretch the wire out. This is an adze to make wooden beams. They used to stand on top of the beam and chop and make square up the beam. The corn planter, another version of a corn planter, which wheeled on the ground. Each click dropped the kernel of corn. This little thing down here plowed the ground, and the kernel dropped in it, and this covered it up. Of course, this is the horse collar. This is a cabbage cutter, made sauerkraut. You slid this up and down, put the head in here, and then you slid it up and down over the knives to make sauerkraut. These are ice tongs, which you use to pull it out of the water or carry ice. These were the old tire irons for the old Model T Fords and stuff, when they used to take them apart. These are just old guns, which were my BB gun when I was 10 years old. So that BB gun is like 60 years old. Shotgun. That was my father's. Of course, it's an ox yoke. And these are just wrenches and tools of all kinds.